Today, we are diving into the Britax Grow With You Harness-to-Booster seats. I am excited to do this myself because I've got a 4.5-year-old at home and I know a Harness-to-Booster seat is on the horizon. So we are going to be comparing the Britax Grow With You, the Britax Grow With You ClickTight, and the Britax Grow With You ClickTight Plus seats today. Let's dive right in. So as we dive into things, let's talk about what a harness-to-booster seat is anyways. So a harness-to-booster seat is, as the name says, it's a seat that goes from a harness mode, almost like a forward-facing car seat, to a booster mode where the harness actually gets tucked in behind the frame and your child begins to use the vehicle seatbelt over their body when in the vehicle. So some of the core similarities between these seats are they're all going to be used until your child is 65 pounds or 49 inches tall in that harnessed mode. And then in booster mode, you'll use the seat until your child is just around that 120-pound mark. Now, a lot of families come into Snuggle stores and they say, when is my child ready for a harness-to-booster seat? And is a harness-to-booster seat right for my family, or should I just go from a convertible car seat to a high back booster seat as an example? So let's quickly chat about who should be using a harness-to-booster seat. This is a great option for families who have children who are maybe pretty close together, a couple years. Your first child is in the convertible car seat. They're, maybe 4+ years old and they're not ready for a booster seat yet, but you've got a child who's approaching 1 and ready to move into a convertible car seat themselves, and you don't really want to purchase a convertible car seat for that short overlap. So this is a great option to allow your younger child to graduate into the convertible car seat while your older child graduates into a harness-to-booster seat because they're not quite ready for a booster. In order to be ready for a booster seat, your child needs to be able to secure the seatbelt properly over their lap and shoulder. They also need to, there's a bit of a maturity play there. They need to be able to stay in their seat, not be at risk for undoing their seatbelt. So there's a whole bunch of factors to consider as a parent as to whether or not you go right from a convertible seat to a harness-to-booster or a booster seat. Another factor to consider is if you have a child where you're actually able to max out the forward-facing requirements in your convertible car seat, you probably don't need to go the harness-to-booster route and you can jump right into a high-back booster. So just think about what is right for your family in making that assessment. So as we said from the top, these seats can all be used in that forward-facing harness mode to 65 pounds, and then you will translate them into a booster seat where you tuck the harness in behind and use to 120 pounds. Now, the core differences between the Grow With You, the Grow With You ClickTight, and the Grow With You ClickTight Plus are that the Grow With You does not include the ClickTight installation technology. That's where you're getting your ClickTight panel that locks the seatbelt off. You're also getting machine washable fabrics that you would then hang to dry. With the Grow With You ClickTight, you're layering in that ClickTight technology and you are getting some athleisure performance fabrics. With the ClickTight Plus, you're getting your ClickTight panel. You're also getting your machine washable and dryable fabrics. And as you can see just visually, this is a wider seat because you're actually layering in an additional layer of side impact protection. So with the ClickTight Plus, you get 3 layers of side impact protection, whereas with the other 2 models, you're getting 2. All 3 of these seats have the patented Britax V-shaped tether for installation in forward-facing mode. You also have the ability to install these seats using soft latches, which are built into the base of the seat, or your vehicle seatbelt. So when you are installing a harness-to-booster seat in harnessed mode, you're going to use your vehicle seatbelt or those soft latches for the install. When you go into booster mode, your child now needs that vehicle seatbelt over their body. So you would use the soft latches that come with your seat to install in the vehicle. I'm going to show you how all of that works in a minute. Now let's talk about some of the other key features of these seats. So you are getting 4 snack and cup holders on each of the seats. You're also getting some really great harness height adjustment. So all of these seats can go up to a really high harness height to grow with your child. You're also getting these great armrests, which is a really nice feature for your child to relax or enjoy their in-car entertainment. Lastly, all of these seats have a steel frame, which is a really great safety feature, and they've got that safe cell technology in the event of a collision to help just absorb some of that collision energy. So we're gonna show you 2 installs, the first one being the ClickTight in harnessed mode, then we'll show you how to tuck that harness in behind and install in booster mode using the UAS latches. Okay, so we are ready to install the Grow With You ClickTight in forward-facing harnessed mode. I've already pulled out my V-shaped tether and got it behind the vehicle seatbelt, and I'll clip that in once we're done with the install. Next, I do like to release the harness a bit just to give myself some extra slack and be able to pull these out of the way. So I'm just gonna tuck them in behind the armrest here. Pull up the back of the seat, and then we're just gonna reach through these 2 slots to our belt tensioning door. This is where the ClickTight is, and we're going to open that door up. Now, we are doing a vehicle seatbelt install for this forward-facing harnessed mode, but in this door here is where your UAS latch connectors would be held. So if you need to do an install with that, feel free to access them through that panel. Now, you can see on the side of the seat that you've got this signage indicating that your belt route is the green path here. So I'm just going to pull my seat belt harness, or the lap and shoulder belt, in through this panel, making sure that there are no twists and turns. Out the other side. And then after we have clipped in, I want to ensure that there is no excess slack before I then close my ClickTight door. There we go, we heard the click, making sure that our seat fabrics are back in place. And then of course you want to finish your install of the V-shaped tether, clicking it into the anchor point at the back of your vehicle here. Now we are installed and ready to go in forward-facing harnessed mode. So we're ready to move into booster mode, which means that this harness needs to be tucked in behind the frame so that your child can now use the vehicle seatbelt over their body. So in order to do that, we are just going to release the tension on our harness to give us some extra slack. Open it up. And what I like to do is actually increase the harness height position to its max allowance. There we go. And then we'll also want to just open up. So first we're gonna open up these comfort pads on the side, get them back in because you'll wanna tuck it under one of the side wings. Now next up, we are going to open up our ClickTight door in order to get access to the bottom of the seat here. So we flip our crotch buckle, we're gonna weave it through here, tucking it away just under here. And then we're also just going to close this panel again. Then we push our harness, our harness back to the back of the frame here. And we're gonna open up this back panel and really just push that harness into kind of the side wings here, just as much as we can. Just tuck it into your side harness there. And then you'll do the same for the other side. And once you are all tucked away and out of sight, you're just going to reattach these pads to get your seat back into proper position. And then you can lower your harness height again to the height of your child, or you can leave it elevated. So that is how you are going to reposition your seat into booster mode. Now, once we've installed in booster mode, you will see here that we've got our shoulder belt guide on the side here. If you just poke the camera there, that is where you are going to weave the seatbelt through to go over the shoulder in the proper position. And then you also have your lap positioning belt path down here for your child to just know where the seatbelt should be properly placed on their body. Now let's do the install for this seat. One last thing I'll call out about the ClickTight Plus is that you actually do have 2 different recline positions on the seat, which is a really nice enhancement as well. So let's take a look at those UAS latches. Okay, so we are going to access by just opening up our ClickTight door again. And then as we had pointed out before, this is where our lower connectors are. So we need to release those from their place in the frame. And then we can just close that door back up when we're done. Then you'll want to just loosen this. And now you've got your UAS latches ready. We'll need to route it through that same belt path that we did when we had that installation method with the harness. So again, we've got our latch here and we've got our latch installed on the other side here. Then we will be sure to remove any excess slack. Then you will close your ClickTight door and ensure that your seatbelt fabrics are placed, or your seat fabrics are placed back properly. So we've got our rear facing tether, which we are going to then clip into the lower anchor of our vehicle. To finish off our installation in booster forward facing mode. So now your child has access to the vehicle seatbelt that they would position through the shoulder guide. And over their lap when they are out for a car ride, just like so. So that is the ClickTight Plus in booster mode. So there is the Britax Grow With You Harness to Booster seat in regular, ClickTight, and ClickTight Plus mode. I hope that this video has been valuable to you as you navigate your harness to booster journey. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we will catch you on the next video. If you are still in your research journey, check out our full best of booster seat car seat review video. We will link everything in the description below. Thank you so much.